Hello and welcome back to ArcTanGent. You're here with Devlog, and I'm here with some familiar faces to me. Shiloh in the house. Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. Last time I saw you, I believe I got you to eat things.
You got a couple of us. I was not part of that. Were you part of that?
Eat things.
Oh,
that might have been Kai and Dylan. It was
you
probably Kai and
got
Dylan.
out of that one. We were eating strange Korean
Yep.
snacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that though. Yep.
So how's it been going since? Because that was last year. That was
Portals, right?
Portals.
Yep.
Yeah. So and you'd had Babylonica had come out, and now there's been a bit of time, and you're playing live. Does that mean that we've got something else coming up? We got some new material.
There's some stuff in the works for sure. There's a new record, probably 75, 80% done.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's close. It's I've been working hard on it for the last year, really.
Yeah.
We just kind of have like some lead guitar parts and some other post-production-y stuff we want to try to add in. But it sounded cool.
Yeah.
It's we're recording with Greg Thomas.
Oh, nice.
Who has done Misery Signals and Shy Halud. So
you can get that proper dirty sound there.
Yeah. He has a little bit more of a hardcore background, but he's a huge fan of what we do also.
Awesome.
And so he's a friend of ours. Just felt it was a good move. So
He's also just really into film scores and all that. So we're hoping to incorporate a lot of that.
But that plays into your sound, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So is that nod to? Are you going a bit more expansive on this?
we'd like to think so.
I think we hope so.
Yeah.
So
It's different. It's still Shiloh, but it's different, and a lot of that is just because there are new people writing in the band. You know, Snake Behind the Sun was me, Greg, and Zach writing.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs were already halfway written before I even joined the band.
Yeah. Right.
This album, I think it's like every song was maybe started by somebody else, or big chunks of each songs were
cool
by other people. So.
So So is that how that songwriting process goes? Like you each bring an idea, and then you'll expand on some of those. And
it can be somebody emails us because we live spread out in the U.S., so it's not like we can just get together and play music.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we'll email or send somebody we have the riff vault, if you will.
Oh yeah.
And we send something to that, and then it's like we keep that idea in our mind, and then when we're coming together for a tour or something, that's when we rehearse. But also we'll just kind of just jam a little bit. Somebody will be playing a riff, or Dylan will be playing drums, and we're like, oh, that's cool actually. And then 2 songs that we're playing today kind of formed that way. Just all in person, but pretty much everything else that we've written has been ideas from the riff vault at one time or another. So it just expanded from that.
That's the awesome thing about songwriting these days. I do a lot of stuff over Zoom. I'm doing my electronic music. My songwriting partner, he lives in another town, and we set up Zoom so we can see each other's workspace anyway. So, it works perfectly well.
We've done that a little bit with an app called Lander.
Oh, Lander,
and it is I don't know. I'd say we kind of utilize all the different avenues of collaborating now. So that seems like we kind of use that a little bit more when an idea is already half baked, and then we're like, what do we want to change about it?
Tweak it a little.
But sometimes it's also easier. We've just been I'll send something to Zach, and he just does something and sends it back, and then we just, just go from there. And
Absolutely. So thematically, since your last album, have you got any sort of through line thematically that you're working towards?
Not quite yet. Dylan has some ideas. But we're still kind of fleshing it out a little bit.
Of course.
The last Snake had a very specific discussion about just the negative underbelly, if you will, and a overly positive atmosphere. So the name Snake Behind the Sun is sort of a discussion about this evil force behind something that seems
so lovely.
Right. So I mean, You can probably speak more to how themes have come about in the past, but it's
to an extent. Zach is. I would say that's honestly a Zach question. That's he.
It's been a little more instrumental in coming up.
Exactly.
No pun intended, coming up with the themes of stuff, but I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. I think it kind of might depend on where we're at when it's done. Too, you know what I mean? And processing like how we all feel as people by that point, you know. Yeah. But we're not far off from that. We're
so
a couple months
you're
away.
still on the same label.
Yes, Pelagic.
Yep, absolutely. And what are labels be on at the moment?
Yeah,
everyone wants to be on that label.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have been to gotten up with those guys, and they've become good buds of ours. And
absolutely.
So,
I'm a big fan of the Ocean anyway.
Yeah.
That's period.
Yeah.
You know, so and everything that they release is just they're like Church Road in the fact that they're one of those labels you can rely on.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, if they picked it up, it's going to be quality.
Yeah.
Right. I think. Yeah, they're just the folks, you know, Robin and Paul and the other folks that work at the label, like they all sort of just innately have the same musical interests that we do.
Yeah.
So like all, you know, like we did a tour with them in February, and you know, we'd be like talking about certain bands that we'd all kind of forgotten about years, and they're like, "Oh my god, you know that band too? That's awesome!" And it's like it's a cool thing to know that there's like a chemistry, I guess, the DNA of what we all do.
It seems to be a true sort of music lovers label, you know, like it's very eclectic and just overall just amazing quality.
Yeah.
So obviously the rest of the year, is that going to be all album writing?
I think right now,
finishing up that. There's talk of a very, very small U.S. run.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then, just working on finishing the record, getting it as buttoned up as we can, and then we'll see what 2025 holds.
Absolutely. Well, with an amazing career so far to build on, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you so much for being with me today.
Yeah, appreciate you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cool.